can't believe all these people phoned in. We're all gardening freaks. We're all gardening freaks. Hello, welcome to the show. How was your weekend? I'm glad you asked about mine. Well, I just returned from Paris. Funny you should ask. Where I've been chatting to loads and loads of lovely ladies in great clothes designed by Vivienne Westwood and Christian Lacroix. And of course, one of them, supermodel Naomi Campbell. The other, supermodel Kate Moss. It's a tough old life, isn't it? You can see more about that in Pebbleville on Friday. Now, it took me a great deal longer to get back here, though, than it did a certain Frenchman, Henri Samet, in 1912. It took him just 3 hours to get from Paris to London, the first aviator ever to make the journey non-stop. My plane was full of English rugby fans rejoicing in the Five Nations Championship result after Saturday's match, which, of course, England won 18-14. Right. Hope you had a great weekend. Fresh, ready to play Newshound. We've got 2 new contestants raring to go, and in the Newshound archive round, I'm going to take you on a short trip on the London Underground. And then you have the opportunity of going on a slightly longer journey with Quiz Call. That's off to Hong Kong. Can't be banned. Stick around for all that on today's Newshound. Right, let's go off there and play the competition, meet up with today's contestants. And they are... It's the ladies against the men. It is Helen Boot, a personnel officer from Stoke-on-Trent in Staffordshire, facing the challenge of Dean Bake, a police sergeant from Runcorn in Cheshire. Have you been in the news, Helen?
I have, when I was 3.
Yes.
I was in a local fashion show in aid of the NSPCC.
Isn't that nice? Sorry, it was only me that went, but it's nice. Dean?
Yes, in 1983 I took part in a sponsored parachute jump for a local charity called Project Wales, which takes underprivileged children on holidays.
Brilliant, and there you were. Brave man. Okay, that's it. Let's get down to business in our first round, 7 days. Our first round involves topical questions to see how up-to-date our contestants and you are on the current news. 4 questions each, 2 points for a correct answer. If one of them gets it wrong, over it goes for a bonus point. So, good luck to both of you. Helen, we'll start with you. Last week, John Major became the first British Premier since Winston Churchill to spend the night where?
In the White House.
Yep, gets you 2. Dean, last Monday, the President of the Board of Trade hinted at a cover-up in the arms to Iraq scandal when he gave evidence in the Scott inquiry. What is his name?
Clementine.
Yep, gets you 2. Have a look at this headline, Helen. Slimmers can take the cake and eat it. Which supermarket recently launched a range of virtually fat-free cakes?
Tesco.
Tesco's, yep. And you don't need them.
Oh.
Not a chance, he said in a crawling, creepy game show host kind of a way. Dean, headline for you. Over the silvery moon. Margaret Hobbs last week sold her late husband's silver collection for nearly £79,000. Of which TV show did she discover its value?
Antique Roadshow.
Yeah, that's correct. Helen, Torval and Dean announced last week they will not be going to Japan to take part in which forthcoming championships?
The World Championships.
The World Championships. Good scoring, Dean. Last week, Jeff Cook resigned from his job, explaining he was tired and overworked. What's his job?
England Rugby Union.
Yep. Helen, last question to you. It was reported last week that which actor, star of Batman, is possibly facing a jail sentence after assaulting a motorist with a golf club?
Jack Nicholson.
Yes, it gets you another 2. It was announced last week that Casualty star Patrick Robinson will play who in a new stage version of Wuthering Heights, Steve?
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff. Oh, couldn't be any better than that. 8 is playing right against 8, and as sure as my crew of showbiz mates assure me it wasn't them who phoned in to gunge me a Noel's house party, and I don't believe a word of it. Round 2 follows round 1. Now, in the year in question, a new leader emerged in Britain. No sooner had Mrs T risen to power than she was rapping the knuckles of her European neighbours. I was not prepared to settle for a third of a loaf, she quipped, after asking for £1,000 million rebate from the EEC. She didn't get it. And while we're talking of megabucks, this year also saw the first £1 million footballer, Trevor Francis, move from Birmingham City to Nottingham Forest. 3 months later, he scored the only goal when Forest beat Malmo in the European Cup final. That's value for money. Well done, Trev. The year, 79. What were you doing, Helen?
In 1979, I was engaged to Kieran, who I'm now married to, and we were saving to get married.
Yes.
And
that's your wedding photograph?
No. We went to a fancy dress party, and I was the clown.
Yes, thank you for pointing that one out. Okay then, Dean.
Yeah, that was the year I celebrated my 21st birthday, so decided it was time to look cool. So I got some very wide jeans, a big bell and some mirror sunglasses.
Yeah, great. What a big donger, eh? All right then. So, on we go then. 2 points for correct answer, 1 point bonus can be picked up. It's fingers on your buzzers this time, not on the dongers, on the buzzers. Good luck to both of you. Listen to this.
And Davy Crockett rides around and says it's cool for cats, it's cool for cats.
You're in there, Helen.
Squeeze.
Squeeze, yes, who had a top 10 hit with that in 79, Cool for Cats. Look at this picture. You in, Dean?
John Wayne.
Not the answer I was looking for. Full question to Helen. In June 79, the legendary cowboy John Wayne died at the age of 72. What was his nickname? No?
I'm not
Have
a
a guess,
fan.
have a guess, have a guess.
The old something or other.
No, the Duke.
Oh.
The Duke. It was worth a try. Fingers on the buzzers. In June of the year, who did more than 2 million Poles welcome home with pictures of Christ, the Virgin, the
Pope.
The Pope, Pope John Paul II. In June 79, which former Liberal leader was found not guilty? Helen.
Jeremy Thorpe.
Yes, of plotting to murder Norman Scott. Listen to this song. You're in again, Helen.
The Police.
Yes. Which group had a #1 hit with Message in a Bottle in 79? Look at this picture. In November 1979, Helen.
She won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes! Great gamble. Mother Teresa was awarded which major prize? In September 79, 2 families escaped to the west from which communist country in a hot air balloon made from curtains and sheets? Dean.
Russia.
No, it was not. Helen, can you pick it up? 2 families escaped to the west from which communist country in a hot air balloon made
Vietnam.
No, Eastern Germany. Okay, final question. One of the hit films of 79 was about the effects of the Vietnam War on 3 small-town youths from Pennsylvania and starred Robert De Niro. What was the film called? You're in there, Helen.
Apocalypse Now.
No, it was not. Dean, can you pick it up?
Raging Bull.
No, The Deer Hunter. I began to think you were telepathic for a moment there, to Vietnam and all the rest of it. That's the end of the round. 16 is playing 10. Helen's in the lead. And on we go to the final round. Let's pay a visit to the Newshound archives. The very idea of travelling under the earth in tunnels by train must have been quite bizarre in the mid-19th century. Now, of course, though, we take the London Underground for granted as one of the best ways of getting round the metropolis. It's a complicated, fast network, but it had quite a noisy and lumbering beginning. And here's John Humphreys, BBC radio presenter of Today, in the Newshound archive studio with this story.
Thanks, Ross. More than 30,000 people have travelled on London's first underground railway since tickets went on sale at 6 o'clock this morning. The Metropolitan Railway runs for 4 miles with 7 stations from Farrington Street in the city to Paddington via Euston, and the trip takes 33 minutes. 6 steam locomotives drawing 4 carriages each have left at 15-minute intervals, making a total of 120 journeys each way during the day. It's taken 3 years to complete the line, which runs through trenches excavated under existing roads. These have then been relaid over the tunnels. Experts predict that this will solve the problem of London's traffic jams. Meanwhile, the railway company is trying to dispel public fears about breathing in sulphurous fumes from the locomotives. This is John Humphreys for the Newshound archive.
Thanks, John. Thank you. 7 questions on that report, and with this being the round that decides who goes on to play paper chase. 2 points for a correct answer, but 2 points off if I get a wrong answer here. So it's fingers on the buzzers, fast and furious final round. Good luck to both of you. More than how many people travelled? Helen?
30,000.
Correct, you're further in the lead. At what time in the morning did tickets go on sale? Dean?
6 a.m.
Correct, you're catching up. The Underground Railway would run from Farringdon to where via Euston? No one, I shall tell you. Paddington. How many steam locomotives left at 15-minute? Dean?
6.
Correct, you're catching up. How many years did it take to complete the line? Helen?
3.
You're further in the lead. Experts predicted that the new line would solve which problem in London? You're in, Dean.
Traffic.
Correct. The railway company was trying to dispel public fears about breathing in what kind of fumes? You're in, Dean.
Sulphurous.
Is correct. That was the last question. You've just lost by 2. Good competition. Helen, you've won. Dean, you've got yourself the Chronicle of the year 1993. The Chronicle of the 20th century goes to Helen. But of course now it's time for her to